Legend of War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster battle, playing as lizard men, so the last defenders. We've got a pretty good army here, it's alright, up against 4 Tomb King armies. Now their armies are trash, but just by overwhelming numbers, they'll grind us down. So it's definitely going to be difficult, and I can't just deny them their reinforcements in this, which would have been, that actually probably would have made it an easy win. We do have Croak, so that'll certainly help. And we do have a lot of winds of magic, but yeah, the biggest problem here is just overwhelming numbers. Now, since Croak is our balance power shifter in this battle, we need to formulate a strategy that's going to maximize his potential. So standing out in front in a line against 2 full stacks isn't going to work, but let's see what we can do. We've got some Razordons, they're alright. I don't like Chameleon Skinks at all, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. So what? I think it's on very hard difficulty. Let me just check. You just have a look at the morale, it'll tell you. No, it's on hard difficulty. Okay, still. Doesn't matter what difficulty this is on, it's still gonna be a hard battle. Kind of choose our ground with care, but at the same time, you know, it's not the best army ever. I'm not sure what level Croak is. Let's have a look. At least he's got Deliverance of its 3 at level 3, so it's got 14 Winds of Magic cost. That's not too bad. I think having this guy go over there and maybe waste enemy ammunition, that would certainly help. Yeah, we don't have a very strong front line. I mean, we've got some good units, but there's also a lot of trash in here as well. I'm wondering if corner camping might be an idea, just to try to get them into a blob. So that we can utilize, like I said, everything needs to be to maximize his potential. And they don't have a whole lot of missile units, apart from those Ushabti. Now, their missile units will be the last ones to come in. That is the enemy reinforcement missile units. And we can probably have the Ushabti waste all of their ammo on this dude. Now, I would, under normal circumstance, not put a Lord on a Pterodon or Ripidactyl. However, in this case here, it might actually be quite useful. These guys here, like I said, I don't mind these too much. I actually think that they're really good tier 1 units, but I am not a fan of Chameleon Skinks at all. Salamanders would be good, so especially in blob situations, but they need to be protected. These guys would be good for holding the line. Ancient Salamanders, we'll see. Sacred Croxigores in a line situation might be okay. That'd be right there as well. And put Croak there. So we'll try and set up over here. I wish there was something else we could do apart from corner camp, but it really does seem to be the go-to thing. We're outnumbered 4-1, roughly. So we need to make use of the terrain. We can't have them surround us. Basically, we need the battle to last as long as possible, and corner camping will ensure that. Also, another thing is that their reinforcements come from all the way over there, meaning that any units that we wipe out, once their reinforcements come in, it'll take a really long time for them to get to us, allowing us to have breathers in between the waves. So we need to make sure that these ones here are okay to shoot. I don't really give a fuck if the skink cohort or the chameleon skinks can't shoot. But if you blob all the units on top of the salamanders and razordons, they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to shoot. And they're far more important. Like these guys here will do a minimal amount of damage. In fact, it might. No. I was just thinking maybe I'll send them out there to skirmish mode, but no, too micro-intensive, and honestly, even if they use all of their ammo, they're only just going to maybe inflict their value. If I was going to change anything about this army, the first thing I'd do is get rid of the chameleon skinks. They are really not a good unit. Shit. Wasn't paying attention there. Alright. So yeah, we need to try to make sure that the enemy missile units... At least he's got a health potion, that's good. Enemy missile units don't show up, because that'll be our biggest problem. Luckily there's not that many missile units. Most of the enemy missile units will show up at the end, and by that point we've either won or we haven't. It just all depends on how we go here. So yeah, the ideal situation is for all of their melee infantry to just crowd up into one giant area and squash them in and then just croak them. This one here is definitely the most important unit to waste its ammo. If that thing... Oh, I got a better idea. Get to shoot its own troops. Why didn't I think of that? Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Definitely don't want to land, but you just want them... Yes, that might be hitting their own units. I mean, what better use of their own ammo is it than to kill their own troops? I can't think of anything. Just gotta make sure the angle's just right. Yeah, some of the shots are hitting their own men. That's good. Should have done this straight from the beginning. But I was getting set up. So it's just a bunch of feigning the attacks so that the shots come in. Yeah, like that. That's good. Okay. So their most dangerous unit has been pretty much neutralized. They've still got their archers over here, but I'm not super concerned about that one. Now, of course, he's lost a lot of health, but that's okay. Since I don't have any flyers, or once this Ushabti's out of ammo, he could just provide a bit of support. The magic could be a problem, but yeah, it's fine. At least they're not hitting our more important units. Alright, they're out of ammo. Okay, just come over there for a moment. I just want to double check, make sure everything's all good here. The Razordons are going to have a hard time shooting. Yeah, well, it is what it is. So yeah, whilst we don't need to waste the ammunition of the archers, yeah, why not? I really didn't do a good job there at the beginning with this one. But as long as he doesn't die, it really doesn't matter that much. Problem is I might need him at the end of the battle to deal with the other missile units. It depends on how badly smashed up our army is. If we're like on the bones of our arse just about to die, then obviously wasting enemy ammunition could be the thing that we need to get the balance of power back in our favor. But if he's virtually dead, I'm not going to be able to do that. Just think about maybe trying to get them to shoot their own troops, but meh, don't worry about it now. Alright, the fight's about to begin. I'll need to whiz him around. Whiz him around here and get back. Now, we've got plenty of winds of magic, but that doesn't mean we should start wasting it right now. Alright, I don't want them firing at will, because they might hit our own units. We should just wait and see. Because I imagine Croak's going to do most of the damage. Also, another good reason for corner camping like this is so that we can maximize the use of the damage reduction thing. No, stay there. It's a pain. They're in. It's just a pain. It's not yet time to do it. Okay, that's not too bad. Just give it a little bit more time. No, let's pop one down there. I mean, we've got loads of Winter Magic, and they're getting pretty badly hurt over there. Alright, so they're already calling you in a sharp T. That's... I don't know. It's alright. Yeah, you get back here. You get back here. These are actually pretty good at taking out single entity dudes. They're not super accurate, but if we can take out this, what is it? Yeah, this Tomb King there, that'll be good. Alright. Alright. Let's pop another one down. That looks good. He's already got 425 kills on that first one. And this will be probably just as good. Yeah. Alright, cool. You really need to keep out of it now. Alright, we've got to make sure that we shoot them in such a way that we're not going to hit our own units. The best way is to, I think, angle it. How do you go there? Whew. Man, I might just get the most number of kills I've ever gotten in this battle before. My current record's about 2,800. Yeah, with one person. Just gotta make sure that we really minimize friendly fire. Unfortunately, I can't fire at the ground. Alright, another Lord is wounded. That's great. Just save their ammunition for later. Don't have to waste their ammunition now. Maybe hit those... Oh no, they've run out of ammo, so they're pointless now. They're not gonna do anything. I mean, the idea behind this sort of strategy is essentially Thermopylae, to try to make the enemy's numbers not count for as much. By putting them into a choke point. Ancient Spartans cheesing since the 5th century BC. It's not condensed enough here. If we shoot in there, we'll hit our own units to save the ammunition. That's not good. I might have to feign a landing. So Croaker's not regenerating, so he's not super high level up. Alright, another general dead. That's good. Our front line's not in amazing shape, but it's alright. So we've basically defeated two full armies now. We're essentially halfway through the battle, and we're at about half strength. No good opportunities to really pop down another one of those right now. Careful not to get too much friendly fire. Our troops are way more valuable than theirs. Alright, what's coming in now? Nothing particularly deadly. So they're just about out of ammo. It's fine. They've done, look at that, 400 kills. They've done really well so far. Still not a good opportunity to cast any spells right now. Probably open up the blob a little bit. Alright, get Croak back. He's starting to take a bit too much damage. Like, that one there looks like a reasonable opportunity, but I don't know. I feel like we can wait for something better. I might maybe just pop down to number 2. Reasonable hit. So yeah, try to open things up a little bit more for the Razordons. I mean, this one here hasn't shot anything yet. That's okay, there's still plenty of battle left. Just because we're not shooting at the beginning doesn't mean they won't use up most of their ammo. So it shouldn't be in melee until he's used up his ammo. Man, I'd like to keep all units alive, but we basically, it's going to come down to the last few men, so I'm just going to keep fighting. Don't really care about using up the ammunition on the chameleon skinks, because they just don't do enough damage. It's just not worth micromanaging them, just whatever. Don't have them being shot, they're pretty valuable. Alright, got more magic together. Let's see what we can do. Okay, they're out of magic now, so I can put them into... Sorry, magic. Ammo. I can put them into melee. And we can maybe start swinging this guy around. There's a lot less pressure on us coming through the front now. And maybe we can shoot them in the flanks. sure we hit good targets. That looks like a decent target there. Actually, let's pop down just one of them, because it's not a huge glob of infantry, so I don't want to waste too much magic. It's not that we haven't got plenty of reserve, it's just that it's going to take longer and longer to recharge, and the worst is yet to come. Alright, I think that's all 4 enemy lords dealt with now. Alright, okay, well this is definitely not the worst of it. This is easy here. Just thinking, maybe I should send Croak up ahead. How fast is he? 34. How fast are they? 28. Okay, I'm gonna send one Salamander up there, backed up by Croak. The plan here is to get them to all attack the Salamander, and then just nuke around the Salamander, and then pull the Salamander back. While these guys here have a bit of a rest. The main thought of this behind it is to use the magic earlier. Since we've got 30 magic, we want to use it. But we've got to make sure we use it wisely. So we're going to set up a situation so that we can use the magic, pull back, and then be regenerating magic as we're doing so. Could also maybe use the Razordons. But the thing is, I don't want them targeting the Razordons and spreading out. Just send one target. Hopefully they just dogpile it. Because I should be able to get the Salamander out without too much difficulty. Looks like these armies here are on force march as well. It doesn't really matter that much because Tomb Kings don't revive from the dead. So all you gotta do is win and they're all wiped out anyway. You don't really ever need to fight a Tomb King's army twice. So hopefully they start to crowd around it. If I pick different targets, just alternate different targets, hopefully they'll start to prioritize it as a threat. See, this one here is ignoring it. That's not what we want. Okay, that there looks pretty good. Why don't I... Just wait for a better opportunity. He's not really taking that much damage. It's okay at the moment. Problem is, we're not generating new magic. So just wait for a good time. Don't waste it. So I want to pop down number 3 and get another 400 odd kills. But the problem is they're just moving around a lot. Now I'm pretty sure the remainder... Hang on, this might actually be the last of their units. Because this doesn't look like 40 units. This might be all that's left. And if that's the case, we've won. Alright, I'm going to pop it down there. Oops. Just not a huge one, because it's cheaper. Okay, now there's a big load of them there. Let's pop down to number 3. I think this might be the back end of the battle. Alright, let's get the Razordons up here. And, because they're faster than these guys, we can easily run away. And units that are particularly damaged, keep them in the back so that they don't get wiped out. Even if they are trash. It's not my army, it's not for me to say which units should be disbanded. Especially if it's unnecessary to get them wiped out. Like, if it's in the name of surviving the battle, then sure, it needs to be sacrificed, but... Now we're at the point. We've won the battle, we just need to mitigate the amount of damage that we suffer. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get a new... Oh, hang on, if I get... I think I just got the army loss penalty. Did they? Yeah, they did. Quick! Nah, it's too late. It's over. Didn't quite get the 2,800 that we needed for my new record, but that's okay. That was actually a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be. So apparently they've got some troops remaining. But according to this, none of your army got wiped out. See, that's what it's all about. You got to make sure you wait for the right opportunities to cast the spells, not do it at the first thing. Don't blow your load right at the start. I'm sure that's going to be quotable. Alright. And given that this was a disaster battle, I don't think it's a disaster campaign, but let me just regenerate your troops a little bit. And, yeah, your campaign looks like it's going just fine. So anyway, that's the end of this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time, fuckers.